I think the program was very useful. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. You have a lot of material to analyze and to present and to negotiate and to take a decision.
Actually, it's the first time I do this type of training, and it's very intensive and very effective training. From outside, from my other colleagues, I've heard that it's a very interesting one. You learn a lot from it, and that's what actually happened, in the past 3 days.
And what was the most exciting part about StoreWars? It helps you understand business in totality, your input costs, your output costs, the way you make decisions on marketing, buying your orders. I think it was very exciting to learn all the aspects of business.
StoreWars actually is one of the best business simulation I ever attended of or heard of. It actually simulates a real-time case between manufacturers and retailers. It was very insightful, a lot of new learning, and amazing teamwork.
StoreWars is actually very interesting. I had expectations and they were met. The interactions between retailers and manufacturers, the uncertainty, the changes that happens based on your decisions. You actually take decisions and you see the results and you can correct them or build on them. So it's very interesting and very insightful.
I strongly recommend the course for key accounts. So for people who are interfering with key retailers like Carrefour or Spinners or Lulu, that will add a lot of value to them and will help them to negotiate better and to understand exactly what is the benefit or what is the value from the retailer perspective, which will help them to get better results for sure.
In the main departments, I could recommend it is for sure sales. This is one. I'm talking about the manufacturer part, sales. Procurement procurement or purchasing departments can also play a big role in this type of program.
I think I'll recommend it to people who are in managerial positions, who are in buying departments, sales, operations, of course, negotiation teams, merchandising, planning. I think that's the right target audience for the program.
I would recommend it to the entire leadership team that I have in my company and any young, energetic business guys who would love actually to increase their knowledge and their insight about this kind of trainings.
All functions should be taking it. At the end, the real game is in store. Finance, marketing, supply chain, everything. We all work together to have the product in store, and this is where the actual war happens.
That's right.
So everyone should do it, even finance people, for me, supply chain, everyone should get this knowledge and insights on how things work.
I think actually it's an eye-opener how to read all the data. So most of the people, they focus more on getting the top line, which is selling.
Right.
But here, this program, it helps you to understand the profitability, to understand about the profitability more. So it's not only about selling, it's about investing as well. And end of the day, your main focus is the market share and the profitability. So you want to grow and you want to grow profitable.
The strategy from day 1 till day 3, it changes, You have one perspective put in mind, but then, when you analyze numbers more, when you negotiate more, when you have you get more structure day by day, for sure you will have a more strategy that, for sure will pay off positively.
In my opinion, the key takeaway is that you would see the company from way broader scope than when you actually do your specific job in real time. So basically, a lot of people will understand the company financials, what are the impacts of certain decisions, and what would happen if you did not react to the market dynamics.
My key takeaway is how to balance between the conflict of interest between the retailers and the manufacturers. I mean, the interest for the retailer is so different than the manufacturer.
That's
It's
right.
how to meet in between and have a balance for a win-win situation and improving both our business.
Negotiation were interesting because everybody makes their own decisions, and then finally it boils down to who has saved onto the money part, and then they come the manufacturer. So when you will come to the game, you will realize there are two sides to it: manufacturers, retailers. I think so. Then in the end, manufacturer was more than happy to give you the money so that they make their budgets and you achieve your objective. So the best way, work together, not win lose.
Our first, strategy, you can say, was that to be a bit aggressive with the manufacturers, to get the best out of them, etc. But then, after we saw the numbers, analyzed more, it's not only about having a win-lose, scenario. It has to be a win-win situation to build a partnership with the manufacturers as well, because at the end of the day, you have to grow the business together. So they have their own concerns and opportunities and gaps as well. So we have our own also objective to proceed. So we cannot achieve it alone.
The negotiation was a more of an improvement trend. So people started very aggressively at the beginning, everyone trying to dictate, showing muscle. But then when they realized what were the consequences on their business, they started to change their attitude. This is when they actually realized how important it is to have a win-win situation and not to fight, but instead focus on the terms and fight for the terms that will leverage the business. So it was really good knowledge and learning out of this, and to see the results immediately was the major impact.
Negotiations are very hard, especially that this time a lot of the team members were from manufacturer side, so they all had the grudges. Being a retailer was interesting because I'm from the manufacturer side, so being on the retailer side makes me see the other way.
Yeah, for sure I will do it again, but I would like to play the opposite role, which is the manufacturer, which is in real life that's my role as a manufacturer. But I learned a lot from the retailer part, which is the opposite, because I deal with them and they know how they think. So, but they also have very much objectives and responsibilities to achieve. It's not only about just getting money from the manufacturers. No, it's not like this. So you have to look at the overall picture in terms of profitability, stock movements. Competition is very important. We learned a lot also from StoreWars that you have to focus so much on competition in terms of what's happening in the market, shopper shares, your profitability, your EVAs.
To put myself in their shoes, now that I'm in the retailer side's shoes, I can use that in always thinking what they will think if I do something, what would the reaction be, what's the win-win situation for them.
I would like to say something. For people who do it on the first day, don't be surprised because it's going to be a mess. That was, unexpected to us, but it happened to us that, too many numbers, too many analyzing to do, and 2 countries, many SKUs. So it's a bit, you get lost in the beginning, but then, day after day, when you read the numbers more thoroughly, it gets more structured. And really 3 days are very, very intense, as I said, but it gets you structured and you come out of the training maybe reading the numbers more positively, analyzing better, learning, moving from win to lose scenario to a win-win situation with your manufacturers and retailers.
So great learning. Thank you so much, StoreWars. Wish you all the success.